So if you're wanting to become an entrepreneur, I think there's one key thing that you have to ask yourself, and it's, are you passionate about it?
I think a lot of people that want to be entrepreneurs talk themselves out of doing what they want to do. But a true entrepreneur doesn't think like that. A true entrepreneur thinks, yes, I am capable of doing that.
Young people to me they have the most potential in my mind to be successful entrepreneurs.
So my business, Turkey Creek Poultry Farm, is located at my parents' house in Mason County, West Virginia. It's right in Point Pleasant. So if you go to the center of West Virginia and all the way to the left, all the way to where Ohio is, that's where I am. So when I was in the 7th grade, I actually had about 30 rabbits. And I had all these rabbits at our house, and my mom finally was just like, you know what, Wes, we're gonna sell all these rabbits. We're getting rid of them. So we sold all the rabbits, and I was getting ready to go into the 8th grade, and we had all these cages at home that were empty, and I did not have any idea what to do with them. So I thought, you know, the county fair is coming up, then I can probably buy a rabbit there because they always sell them there. So I went to the county fair the first day, and I seen this rabbit for sale for $5, and I was like, I have to have this rabbit. So I ran over to my mom and I asked her, Mom, can I have this $5? And she absolutely refused. She's like, we're not getting into the rabbits again. We're not bringing home anything alive except for you and your brother. It's just not happening. So all week I begged her to let me buy this rabbit, and she still refused all week long. So Friday the fair came, all the animals were marked down, and I thought, man, this is my last chance to get this rabbit. It's only $3 now. So I went over to my younger brother and I asked him for $3 to get a drink. And he didn't know that I was buying the rabbit at all, but I got the $3 from him, ran over to the rabbit barn, and the rabbit was already sold. So after that, I went over to the chicken side of the barn and started looking around, and there was this chicken for sale for $1. And I thought, you know, I can buy this chicken for $1 and still go buy the drink, and I really didn't lie to my brother at all. So I ended up buying the chicken, taking it home, and from there, that really started my business. And from there, I grew into an operation that had 350 birds. I was selling to 150 homes, 9 schools, and 10 restaurants by the time I was a senior in high school. And I didn't grow up on a farm either. I only grew up on 2 acres. So it was something that I was really passionate about, that I took the initiative to be able to make it happen and to be successful with it. I really never had seen my poultry as a business at first. It wasn't until I was talking to my grandma about all the extra eggs that my family had that she told me about how she worked on a chicken farm when she was younger. And she said, you know, you could sell these eggs in the community and make a lot of money. And I thought, well, I'll try it out. So I sold all the eggs, and within the first week, I was completely sold out and had like a waiting list for my eggs. So it was a big accident for me to get into egg sales. But I never really considered partnership because at first it wasn't like seen as a business by me. I grew up in a very small community in West Virginia, and my grandma actually owned a flag shop. So I worked in her flag shop from the time that I was in 2nd grade all the way till I was in high school. And I can remember like going to her store and working and like taking care of customers and like running the cash register, and all those lessons that I learned from my family really applied to my own business once I got it started. I really did want to be able to own my own business because my grandma had kind of shown me the ropes, so to speak. But it was definitely something that I had thought about. There were certainly a lot of difficulties in the beginning. Like I said, I don't come from a farm. So of course, trying to have a large poultry operation on 2 acres is something that's a challenge in itself. Also, I really didn't have the resources at first to get started. And what I was able to do is kind of find alternative ways to be able to meet the needs of my business. So I actually got a loan from the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Youth Loan Service program, which allowed me to start my business. I also got a grant for $14,000 to be able to construct a composting facility. So not only was I taking all of my eggs and selling them, I was also selling the compost from the poultry litter and making over double the income that I would make normally. So like trying to meet those, or trying to address those difficulties with alternative methods was something that I did. So most people, when they think of niche market egg production like what I do, the free range production, they're like a higher cost product. So my eggs are usually around 15 to 20% higher price than what the store eggs are priced. Now most people would look at West Virginia's demographics and say, okay, we have a lower than average income when compared to the entire United States. How can this business work in West Virginia? And there's one key reason that it worked, and that was because I really focused on those relationships and had a quality product. And my customers really enjoyed that. Now, this is not something that you could just pick up and take somewhere else. It's all about those relationships, and that's why it worked in my business. Like I said, the demographics here in West Virginia do not really say that free-range egg production is something that would work. But if you capitalize upon those unique opportunities to use those relationships and use those crossroads as an opportunity to maximize on your business, then that's how you can be successful. So my customers are really happy with my product. Right now I have a current retention rate of 98% with my customers. And what they really like about my product is that it is, number one, it's a quality product. And number two is that I focus on those relationships with them. So when I'm going to take a product to my customer, I don't just drop off their product. I sit and talk with them, enjoy some time with them, and really establish that relationship, because for my business, that customer relationship is what keeps that retention rate so high. I actually was in agricultural education courses as well as the National FFA organization in high school, and I'm actually still a member of that right now. But one of the main people that served as a mentor to me was my FFA advisor and my agriculture education teacher, Mr. Nybert. And he really helped me to solidify what it was that I wanted to do in my business. He really encouraged me to move forward in my business and to take the market opportunities that were there. He taught me so many lessons, not just that I needed to successfully manage my business, but also have the responsibility and the drive to make it successful. That it's not just enough to kind of just go through the motions of it, that you really have to push yourself to be successful as an entrepreneur. So I'm a student at West Virginia University now, studying agribusiness management and rural development with a minor in agricultural law. And where I see my business going in the future is possibly opening it up after I graduate from college and making it a commercial operation. It's actually, there's a huge need for my product, the free-range eggs, in parts of the DC area, and there's a huge market and a huge amount of people there that could really capitalize upon my product. So it's maybe not going to be in Mason County, but this experience really allowed me to establish a knowledge base to be able to make this happen in the future. So if you're wanting to become an entrepreneur, I think there's one key thing that you have to ask yourself, and it's, are you passionate about it? And the next question, if you can answer yes to that you're passionate about your idea, is number two, do I have a mentor? Do I have someone that I can talk to about this idea? And if you don't have a mentor, then find one. That's where most of my growth happened, was working with someone who understood the business that I was wanting to start and really focusing on the things that I was passionate about. So find yourself a mentor and make sure that you're passionate about it, because at the end of the day, entrepreneurship is all about meeting market needs with your interests, and that's where the magic happens.